Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about something that might sound a bit strange, but it's a huge part of how I grew up communicating. I'm talking about modal particles, or as I call them, the little magic words that we put as the end of the sentences. Growing up, I used them all the time. Like it was very natural for me. Every time when I cannot see somebody's face, if I'm on the phone or in the text, I would use a lot of modal particles because I think they can soften your attitude, like soften request and also show your excitement. And without them, everything can feel very cold. Imagine somebody texting you saying one word, 好, no emoji, no modal particles, not even a single thing. Doesn't it feel like they're a bit annoyed? But if they use modal particles like 好呀 or 好呢, then everything feels different, right? It feels friendly and reassuring. That's the magic of these little words. But then I entered the workforce, and this is where things got a little tricky. I started meeting people who spoke very differently. They don't use any modal particles, just go straight to the point. And they even look down on modal particles as unprofessional. They're saying something like, if you want to be taken seriously, then don't talk like a child. So I started forcing myself to speak like that, no particles, just facts. And over time, I noticed one thing. I wasn't just changing the way I spoke. I was also changing the way I felt. And I started sounding and feeling colder and more distant, like a version of myself that I don't even like. And the worst part, I feel like I'm losing part of my identity. And yet, here's the irony. Every time when I got some messages or comments from people who don't use any softening language, like no emoji, no modal particles, no polite rephrasing, and it still bothers me, I will read it and then think to myself, wow, this is so rude. Why he's talking to me like this? Sometimes the words themselves aren't rude at all, but the lack of warmth makes me not want to respond. So this made me think modal particles aren't just little add-ons. They're actually really important. They make conversations sound human. And sometimes in some professional settings, we need to be more formal, like more serious. But does that mean we have to strip away all the emotions? Does that mean we have to sound robotic? I don't think so. I think the point is finding the right balance. We can be professional and human at the same time. So here's my takeaway. I don't want to lose that part of myself. And I think those modal particles, they're just part of who I am. And they're how I grow up expressing warmth and connection. And that's something worth holding on to. Well, what about you, my friends? Do you use modal particles as well? And do you change your ways of speaking because of something? Please share something in the comment section. Bye.